Hello, everybody. This is Kelly Klein, and it is time for the Dealership News podcast. DealershipNews.com to become educated in all things that have to do with the automotive industry, and I'm sure there's plenty out there to get familiar with. We're going to try to bring it to you as much as we can. We've got a great guest today. I think you're going to enjoy what she has to bring to the table. It's Christine Littlefield. She's with FlickFusion. We all know that the future of online advertising is via video, and there's all sorts of different kinds of video and different ways of integrating it. Christine, how you doing?
I'm good, Kelly. How are you today?
I'm doing really good, thanks. Question for you, number one, is how did you get into the automotive industry? Was it something you've had a lifelong interest in, or did you just happen to stumble into it?
It's really funny how I got into this industry. I actually kind of fell into it. Unlike most people who are getting out of the auto industry to not get divorced, I jumped into it and ended up getting divorced.
Oh, Lord. Were you ever interested into it, or was it just something that sort of happened, an opportunity that posed something you just couldn't say no to? Was it a great opportunity? How did you get in, and what was that first opportunity?
Yeah, so the first opportunity was actually working for a Subaru dealership as a service concierge. It kind of fell into my lap one day, and over time I ended up just talking to everybody, and I think like within a year they moved me down to the sales floor, and it just kind of sprung from there. I ended up selling my first month 22 cars, and I outsold their top person, and then I became a sales manager and a finance manager, and then ended up in the marketing world.
And that former top salesman hates you to this day, right?
He does, probably.
Well, tell us about FlickFusion. How long has the company been around, and what's the overall value proposition to a dealership?
Yeah, so not sure how much you guys already know about FlickFusion. We currently service right around 4,500 different auto dealers. Company's been around since 2007. We basically built the platform to be for the dealers, to make it easier, faster, ultimately better, and our video platform works. Dealers who use the platform actually ended up selling more cars.
Well, then the tough question is what distinguishes you from the competition? Because there's some other vendors out there who are trying to integrate video. Some do an okay job. Some are still trying to find their niche. What's the big separation for you guys?
Yeah, so one of the biggest differentiators between us and some of our main competitors is the end-to-end solution. So we're full scale. So we do everything from inventory videos to value proposition, model research, video emailing, and the newest thing is live streaming. So a couple of, we host everything on one platform, which gives the data, I've never seen anything like it. We actually collect 10 points of actionable data on each individual user, so we actually track their behavior. And then we turn around and we analyze that data and then teach the dealers what they're looking at to help with their marketing strategy.
So it's much more comprehensive, basically. It's actionable data on top of video.
Exactly.
So the trend is definitely towards video as a dynamic and I guess you could call it growing marketing tool. But it's also a platform that invites a great deal of click fraud. I have some experience with this, and dubious impression counts, things of this nature. But how does FlickFusion deal with those very real issues?
Yeah, so the majority of our shoppers are relying on video to influence their, car shopping experience and decisions. That actual percent is growing year over year. So what we do is, with all the data collected in the report, it's an easy system to look at. So the dealer's videos go up, and we can tell if it's a bot or if it's an actual live customer that's looking at it. We can tell how many times that customer has viewed the video. And then there's certain KPIs that we teach the dealerships to look for. Like the first one would be return visitors to the website. The second would be total lead count. How much have we increased it? Third would be lead to appointment ratio. Fourth is appointment to show. And the last is show to close.
So it's sort of a detection deterrent on some level. So you're going to have some bad traffic, but you can at least show those numbers. You have something to show a dealer, which is important previously, you couldn't really show them anything until you did an analysis, and they would realize that 90% of the traffic they were receiving was bogus, or that their video was not even being seen at all by human beings. So that's impressive in itself. So can you explain, or how do you explain to dealers out there why video is so important to have on your site and distribute it effectively?
Yeah, absolutely. So video is actually consumed more than most of the other media, such as radio, TV, and print combined. A lot of dealers actually have a huge misconception of what video actually is. I'm trying to find a nice way of getting it out there. Basically, the content and the way that we deliver it, and the method which we do it, which is the way that the shoppers are actually looking for. We get it right where they're at. Most dealers want to be right in where that in-shopper is. So what we do is we have a package, we deliver it, we get that message right in front of that shopper at the right time. That's the biggest thing that most dealers don't understand, and we're trying to educate them on that. As well as giving the video assets like value propositions. We want to make sure that that customer touches enough spots as possible.
You mentioned package. Why don't you explain to us your new Warrior package? How does that work, and what kind of results can a dealer look forward to if it's properly executed?
Yeah, so actually it's one of my favorite because it gives you everything. So let me see the best way to explain this. We recognize that dealers have many processes already in the dealership, and the last thing that they actually need is to put in another process for video. So the Video Warrior package is actually a turnkey solution for the dealership that relies on automation. So to get the shoppers content right in front of where they need to be at the right buying cycle of wherever that customer is. Like before, value propositions, model research, we have video set up for shoppers in all aspects of that buying funnel. And then this package will actually do a lot of the automation for you. So if you have a BDC, we'll actually set up that introduction video from either your GM, the BDC manager, whoever it might be, and we'll set that up to go out automatically. Just one of the nice little things that we do for the dealer.
Well, I have a question. It's a little bit off script here, but would you have videos running on VDPs? For vehicles like, I want an Audi, I want a Wrangler, I want a Mercedes-Benz, and you go to the VDP page and some of your video will actually be running. So there could be a dealer could actually use quite a bit of video to do their marketing, right?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Well, tell us about video email. Email is a curious platform that presents a lot of obstacles I've found. And I was wondering what kind of engagement metrics you're seeing on average with your video email platform. And is that something it's a main play for you, or something that you just sort of touch on as supplementary?
Yeah. So on an overall basis, video email gets more traction than a traditional email. Just like FaceTime, a couple other platforms have a new way of doing this, like our live stream. It basically allows the dealership or the salesperson or BDC agent to connect directly with the individual the way that they want to be connected with. Video accomplishes so much more than email or text message or a phone call, because that customer has the ability to sit there and rewatch it over and over and over again. You can send it through text message, which has the highest open rate. When I left the dealership about 6 weeks ago to come work for FlickFusion, my personal last 7 deals of the month were all done and sold with because the first point of contact I had with that customer was a video email that was sent out to them. Actually, 5 of those customers were able to hit live stream, and they connected right with me to answer. And I was working at a Mercedes-Benz dealership, so a lot of the packages that Mercedes comes with, customers weren't understanding what it was. So they would hit the live stream, they would get me, they could see me, I couldn't see them. We could talk just like FaceTime, and I would actually walk out to the lot, grab the car that they're looking at, and show them inside on, like, live instantly, this is what you guys are looking at, this is what you want, and this is how it works.
Oh, so that's the kind of integration you're using. I know Drop-In Auto and 11 Site also have similar integrations, but you guys obviously have been at it a lot longer. It's almost like a FaceTime, right? But you could stay anonymous?
Exactly, yeah. So the customer would see you you won't see them. And if you're like most of my guys, and I was on the sales, or as a sales manager, my guys on the floor did not want their faces out there. So if you're that person, you can certainly just like click it around. You can pause it so you can tell the customer, you can still talk to them. You can walk out there, grab the car, unpause it, and then show them the vehicle that they have questions about. So you don't have to be on camera if you don't really want to.
But you can be, and there's options.
Absolutely.
There. Great.
Yep.
So FlickFusion has a really comprehensive approach to video marketing, obviously. Now, I'm a dealer. I'm interested in using FlickFusion. How would you determine my needs, and what package would you set me up with to get the best results out the door in, say, a 90-day test?
So basically what I would do as a consultant to that dealer is I would first see what video assets you already have. Some dealers I talk to have absolutely none. Others have some and they just don't know about it. So we would collectively get together, go through that. I would take the video assets that they do have, start hosting them on our platform, and then that would gain the SEO traction that they would need for organic versus giving it to another platform, say like YouTube. At the same time, then I would start teaching them, like basically finding out what they need and then showing them how to do a why buy proposition. Basically convey to them how everyone likes to walk through the showroom, but we want to make your dealership's website look just like somebody's walking on. So we want that same feel. Trying to think what else I normally go through with them. Basically just give the dealership more of this is what you're looking at or going to be looking at when you would sign on with any one of our packages. Video Warrior package is obviously my favorite because of all the touch points and how you can utilize it so well. But basically, I educate the dealers on the KPIs and what we want to look for. And the biggest ones are going to be the lead to appointment, appointment to show, and show to close are the ones I look at the most. And at the end of it, in 90 days, if we're not making those numbers go up, shut us off.
Yeah. So right now you're working with 4,500, 4,500 dealers, right? What is your business plan to get more dealers? Is it a lot of cold calling? Is it sending video emails out? How do you guys approach the marketing end?
So we could do it a couple different ways, and each of us have a little bit different tactic. What I like to do is I know quite a few people in the industry, and a lot of them are already reaching out to me to ask me what we can do to bump up their site. So with those particular customers, I will go and look at their site, see what they actually have, advise them on it. A lot of the time I'll actually end up getting, hey, you need to go check this out, or I heard through so-and-so that you're the person to talk to, and then we'll just start going from there. I know some people do cold calling. I'm not a huge fan of that just because I wouldn't want to, because on the marketing aspect, it wasn't very fun getting those calls.
No.
But if I had to, the first one would definitely be a video email to whoever I'm trying to connect with. That way you can see, hey, I am a real person. This is what I'm trying to show you how to utilize. Let's see what we can do.
So the last question is, where will FlickFusion be in 5 years, and what do you guys have in R&D that we should all be getting really excited about?
Yes, so we're excited about the future of video, obviously. We always have cutting-edge videos and sometimes develop products years before, so we're actually in the process of working on quite a few different things. And our biggest one right now is honestly the live streaming, but we should have some pretty cool stuff coming up within the next 5 months, too. I don't think I'm able to quite tell yet what that's going to be, but it's definitely coming.
Well, thank you very much, Christine Littlefield, FlickFusion. Good luck to you in the future. We'll be in touch with you here shortly. Thank you for coming on the DealershipNews.com podcast. And thank you for listening, everybody. We'll be back next couple of days with another podcast. Christine, have a great one, and good luck to you.
Thanks, Kelly. You too.
You bet. Have a great afternoon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.